Mabuhay East Coast Filipino portal friends. This is my first time being here live with you in this new year. So I just wanted to take a quick moment and wish you all a happy new year. May it be a happier, healthier, more exciting, more traveling, more friends and families to see and visit. So I really hope that everybody has a great new 2021. For everybody else, good evening, all of those who are in the East Coast. We are coming to you live from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. And it's evening here. If you're watching this later on, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of the day you are here. My name is Tanya Matthews. I am supervising pre-employment and bridging programs with the organization called ISANS. ISANS stands for Immigrant Services Association of Nova Scotia. We are a major immigrant services provider for any immigrant that comes and settles in Halifax, in Nova Scotia, Canada. We do have a number of programs that we provide past just our boundaries of our lovely province, Nova Scotia. But I think one of the main points is that many of our services are available to immigrants who are planning to come and settle in Nova Scotia. So we offer lots of services even pre-arrival, meaning even before you arrive to Canada, to Nova Scotia. So if you're not familiar with us, we have been coming live on Thursday evenings, and we have a number of different videos already posted on East Coast portal. And thank you again, East Coast Filipino portal, for hosting us again. Tonight, I am joined with my two colleagues. Moshe Alia is the Manager of Employment and Bridging Services here with ISANS, and she will be presenting to you about our loan. She will definitely give you a whole lot of different information. What are the benefits of the loan and so on. Main reason being is that many of our immigrants that we work with come in the professions such as nurses, doctors, trade professionals, accountants, and so on. And all of those jobs, for you to be successful and work in Canada, will require that you have some type of a license, or that you are allowed to practice in your field in Canada. Loan can help you navigate the financial needs of obtaining that license. So Moshe will give you a whole lot of information about the loan, how great it is, how successful some of our clients have been, because they didn't have to worry, at least that one thing, which is the financial burden that going through the licensure process may potentially bring them. And we also have tonight with us Nadira Al-Nasa. Sorry, Nadira. I
Nasle.
practiced and then I messed it up. Nadira Al-Nasle. Nasle.
Perfect.
Nadira is working with our immigrant, with our women, specifically targeting women who are trying to access employment in Nova Scotia. And she is actually going to bring you lots of great information about the first cohort that we have completed. And she's right now currently actively recruiting new women participants in this project. So Nadira is going to tell you a lot about benefits of this program, why it's great, and why, if you are a woman and if you know of somebody who could use up this program, you should definitely refer them to us. We are about to start with the new group, the new cohort. So any woman, immigrant woman looking for employment would be potentially a great participant in this very successful project. So I just want to tell you a little bit more about ISANS. In the meantime, if you're just joining us, ISANS is Immigrant Services Association of Nova Scotia. We provide services to immigrants pre-arrival and once they arrive in Nova Scotia. If you do have any questions during our presentation, please just drop them in the comments. We are watching the comments and we'll be happy to answer them. You don't have to wait for the end of the presentation to ask any of the questions, whether related to these programs or any burning questions that we may be able to answer for you right now. At the same time, if you do have any ideas or suggestions or if you have many questions in terms of specific area of your settlement or looking for jobs or starting a business in Canada, or even about your language needs, please feel free to let us know. We'll be happy to put another presentation for you and bring it to you again following Thursday. So this is it from me right now. Again, my name is Tanya Matthews. Feel free, I'll be monitoring the comments. Feel free to ask us any questions that you may have. And I'm going to pass this presentation to Nadira. Nadira, as I mentioned, will be talking to you about our women program.
Okay, good afternoon or good evening or good morning, everyone, depending on where you're seeing us from. My name is Nadira Al-Nasle. I am the facilitator for the Visible Minority Newcomer Women at Work program. We are a team of 4 women working together on this program. Myself as the facilitator, Laura Le as the coordinator for the program, Anu Amzart as the program assistant, and Rochelle Wiles as the job developer for the program. So I'm very happy to join you today and provide you with some information about this program. So starting with 2 questions. Are you a visible minority newcomer woman? And do you need help finding employment in your field? And if you answer yes to these 2 questions, then this program is great for you. So the Visible Minority Newcomer Women at Work program has 2 main objectives. The first is to help newcomer women with employment readiness, preparing them for finding employment in their fields, and support them in overcoming the unique set of barriers to employment which newcomer women face in comparison with other job seekers in Canada. The second objective of this program is that it is a research project, and through this research, we are helping the Government of Canada explore and test programs that are catered to newcomer women specifically, and explore innovative ways to facilitate access for newcomer women to enter jobs in their desired fields. So here are some details about the project. It is a 6-week-long program, and during these 6 weeks, participants will become job ready, meaning they will feel well prepared to search and maintain employment in Canada. They will master their interview skills. There's a big focus on learning Canadian interview etiquette, and also lots of opportunities within this program for interview practice. Participants will have the opportunity to expand their network and meet with potential employers from their fields of interest, and also further enhance their skills if needed to help further their candidacy for jobs of interest. And lastly, they will learn about the many employment and bridging support services that are offered by ISANS, and can have access to these programs as well as needed, depending on their own personal journey and their goals. After the completion of the 6-week period, participants will then be referred to work with a job developer for the program, where they will be supported with applying to jobs and meeting with employers. In total, we'll accompany participants for up to 6 months on a regular basis to support them with employment needs. However, of course, our aim is to have you employed way before that time period is up. So then after that, we would just follow up with you and stay in touch to see how you're doing and how you're enjoying your new job. And of course, anybody who's just joining us, we are talking about the Visible Minority Newcomer Women at Work program here at ISANS. Please leave your comments and your questions in the chat, and we'd be happy to answer them. We love questions. Here's a diagram showing you all of the steps involved in joining the Visible Minority Newcomer Women at Work program. So the first step usually of the program would be to attend an information session. So we usually host information sessions about a month prior to the start of a new cohort. So they last around 4 hours long, and that's because there's a lot of requirements that must be completed during these sessions as requested by the Research Institute. So During the first 40 to 45 minutes of the information session, we give clients an explanation of the program, the research requirements, and we review the eligibility criteria. And it's also a great opportunity for clients to ask questions in order for them to understand, the program better and to make the decision of whether they would like to join this program. If they decide that this program is not for them, then we can refer them to other employment services at ISANS. However, if they decide that this program is the right choice, they would have to complete 3 components. The first component is to sign a consent form, which is an agreement that ensures the participants are aware of their rights and responsibilities during the evaluation of this project. The second is to complete a baseline survey, which collects information on your personal characteristics, like your age, the languages you speak, your education, your employment history, and finally, an essential skills assessment to assess your skills in 4 main areas, which are numeracy, document use, digital technology, and listening. After you complete these 3 requirements, you would then be assigned to one of the 2 groups in this program by a process called random assignment. So basically, the researchers have developed a computer program that we can input clients' names into, and it would tell us which group to assign the participant to. So it's 100% random. It's not based on your age or your background or profession or any other characteristics at all. Everybody has an equal chance of being assigned to either group. It's just like drawing names out of a hat. So we have no control over the way that this works. Of course, if a client for any reason is not happy with the results of the random assignment, they may choose to withdraw from the program. And again, we'd still be happy to support them through the other employment services and programs that are offered by ISANS. And of course, regardless of which group you end up in, both groups are equally supported and are equally important to the research. Both groups will be asked to provide their opinions through future surveys and participate in future assessments. Participation in the research activity is also a great opportunity for you as a newcomer to share your feedback and experiences of the services that you're receiving, and also help us understand how we're supporting you in reaching your goals. So now a little bit of an explanation of the 2 groups that are involved in this project. So the first is the program group. So if you are in this group, you will take part in a 6-week intensive program where you will attend daily 3-hour classes. So it's a series of workshops that lasts for 6 weeks, 3 hours a day, Monday to Friday. And during these 6 weeks, you will be learning materials in 3 main components. So the first week covers soft skills. So during this week, we cover topics like building self-confidence, learning assertive communication, talking about gender equality in the workplace and how to deal with change in a new environment. Week 2 and week 3 are focused on essential skills training. So we talk about what are the 9 essential skills, how do we measure them, what skills are needed for your specific occupation here in Canada, and then we walk you through a process of creating an occupation-specific essential skills portfolio. So this is a document that you will leave the course with and you can use when applying to jobs and also during your job search journey. And finally, the last 3 weeks, week 4 to 6, are focused on job search strategies for women. So we cover everything from resume and cover letter writing to interview skills, networking, workplace culture, employment contracts, negotiating salaries, and many other topics to help make sure that women are job ready and are ready to start applying for jobs in their fields and meeting with employers. If you end up in the second group, which is called the comparison group, participants in this group are coached 1-to-1 over a period of 6 weeks by a program coordinator. And they also have access to existing services and workshops that are offered by ISANS. So some of the things that they would do during these 1-to-1 meetings are, they would complete a needs assessment, an action plan, they would set their goals, and then they would be supported through, resume and cover letter writing, career exploration. They can have information on pathway to licensure for clients who are pursuing licensing in a regulated profession. Of course, a big emphasis on interviews again, and building professional connections with employers and networking skills. Just like any other program, there are some eligibility criteria that apply to this program. So to be eligible, you must be a Canadian permanent resident. You must be currently residing in Nova Scotia. You should have a Canadian language benchmark score, or a CLB, of 5 or above, and this is equivalent to an IELTS score of 6 or above. You must have a post-secondary education in any field, so this could be a bachelor, a diploma, a certificate, any schooling that you have completed after your high school years, and in any field. This program is not field-specific. You should not be employed at this time because, of course, the goal of this program is to help you find employment in your field. And you must be ready and willing to participate in both the comparison and program group and to engage in the full 6-week program. So we are looking for commitment. In order to reach good results, we need clients who are committed to completing all of the components of the program. And preferably, you should be new to employment and bridging programs or services at ISANS, meaning you are just starting your job search journey. And so those are the type of clients that will benefit the most out of the content from this program. If you're still wondering, why should I join this program? Here are a few things to consider. This program is catered specifically to the unique needs of visible minority immigrant women. So we take in consideration the unique barriers that are faced by women, and you will be with other women who are in the same boat as you. So there is a support network there for you. It's focused on your personal journey, meaning, myself and the other women who are working as part of this program, we are focused only on participants who are part of this program. And so we dedicate all of our time in, following you and your personal journey and your personal goals, and we get to know you very well, which means we're able to support you a lot better. You will have regular follow-up with the program facilitator or coordinator whenever you need it. And it's a great way to make an impact. So as I mentioned previously, you get to share your feedback on the program, what's working, what's not working, what are the things that we need to know or the Government of Canada needs to know about newcomer women and how we can further support them in finding employment in their fields. So here, I wanted to share with you some feedback from previous participants who were part of this program. On the top, you will see some testimonials from program group participants, and on the bottom, comparison group participants. So I'll just read one from each. So one of my previous program group participants have said, I like the fact that the program increased my overall knowledge regarding job search and workplace, and also other areas. It was an eye-opener, and I feel more confident to chase my dreams and dream job. I now believe in myself better. One of the comparison group clients has said, I want to thank you profusely for all your help in assisting me land this great job. Words are not enough to express my gratitude to you and ISANS as a body. I'm available and willing to volunteer for ISANS whenever I can, and you need me. One thing worth mentioning also is we just concluded our 5th cohort in the end of November. And in December, we had 7 clients from the program group find jobs in very, very reputable organizations. And this is considering December is usually a slow month with the holidays and things like that. 7 women were able to find really great jobs. So this program is very successful and it's working really great. And as you can see, clients are very happy with the outcomes that they're achieving as a result of participating in this program. So just a little bit more about the research aspect of things, because it is a big component of the project, it's very important to be aware of it. So the Visible Minority Newcomer Women at Work program is funded by IRCC, and it's to support visible minority women who have recently arrived in Canada and finding employment. The research aspect of this project is being carried out by the Social Research and Demonstration Corporation, SRDC, to understand how the program works for visible minority newcomer women and to understand the value of such services. And this program is actually part of a larger project that will test different interventions in 8 locations across Canada. So ISANS is just one of the organizations participating in this. And the goal is to evaluate the impacts of different programming for visible minority newcomer women with varying skill levels in facilitating their transition into the Canadian labor market. So we are trying to build a culture of evidence-informed decision-making that will strengthen settlement and integration services and improve outcomes for newcomer women and their families. And the lessons learned from this project will be very important in providing information to government and settlement agencies about the best ways of supporting visible minority newcomer women in finding and keeping jobs. ISANS is aiming to have 240 women involved in the evaluation of the program over the duration of the 2-year project. So we started in September 2019, and the project will end in September 2021. Throughout different stages of the program, clients must complete some research requirements for SRDC. And that includes some of these components I've spoken about before, but you will be asked to fill out, surveys, consent form assessments, and participate in focus groups where you can share your personal experiences about participating in the program and any feedback you may have. Completion of all of the program, including all of the necessary components, is super important. And your commitment to provide updates on your employment status after the program is completed is also equally important, because this is how we can evaluate the success of the program and also find out how we were able to support you and whether that was effective for you or not. Currently, we have an upcoming cohort that is starting on January 18th, so this coming Monday. Again, it's a 6-week program, so it ends on March 1st, 2021. If you're interested in joining the program, my next slide will talk about how to register or how to sign up for this program. So the times will be 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. daily, Monday to Friday for the program group. And for the comparison group, we can offer flexible appointments between the times of 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., also Monday to Friday. Currently, we are offering this program online. So we use Skype for Business and we use Zoom. And potentially, if restrictions change, we might be doing a blended format. So some participants may be virtually and some in-person delivery, but currently the program is 100% delivered online. If you're interested in joining the program, there are 2 routes. So if you are already an ISANS client, please send an email to our program assistant, Anu Amzart. Her email is there on the screen. And if you have already been a client of ISANS with an employment specialist from ISANS, then please talk to your employment specialist and have them refer you to the program themselves. If you are new to ISANS, you must become an ISANS client by going through our online intake form. I've included the link there on the slide where you can go to access this form, or you can also email intake@isans.ca, and you can ask them to be referred to the Visible Minority Newcomer Women at Work program. So that is everything about the program that I have to share with you. If you have any questions, please again ask us, and we would be happy to answer them at the end of the live stream. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Nadira. So I think it's my turn, and can we ask if there are any questions before I go on?
I'm not seeing any right now, Moshe, so go ahead.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Do you see my screen now?
Looks great. Go ahead.
Perfect. Good evening, everyone. This is Moja Alia, and as Tanya said, I manage the employment and bridging programs at ISANS. Thank you for being here tonight, and if you are attending the session later on, thank you again and welcome. Please make sure and feel free to ask any questions throughout this presentation. Today, I'm going to talk again about the Atlantic Immigrant Career Loan Fund, which provides you with access to funds to complete training or upgrade your skills or certification process. So, here we go. Okay. I'm not going to talk so much about ISANS, but our vision and mission is a community where all can belong and grow, and we help immigrants in building a future in Nova Scotia. So the ISANS services, Tanya spoke to you about them, and I'm going to leave it out of this slide, but please make sure and learn that we are offering all kinds of services that ranges from settlement to learning English, community integration, starting your own business, and of course, employment and employer engagement. So the last one is the Atlantic Immigrant Career Loan Fund, which provides you with the financial support to complete your certification. So if we know, so what is the Atlantic Immigrant Career Loan Fund? It's a loan program that will support you in completing your certification or any education. It's an Atlantic loan, which means that it can be offered and you can access the loan anywhere you are living, whether in New Brunswick, in Newfoundland, or PEI, as well as ISANS in Nova Scotia. So it's available for you. The purpose of it is to assist you in completing and upgrading your skill in completing your degrees or your licensure process, but at the same time upgrade your skills as needed. So you can, at the end of this loan program, we are hoping that you will be able to practice your occupation, whether it's in a regulated or unregulated field. It will help you in finding opportunities in your field, and it will, if you plan to change your career and adjust to the labor market needs, you can also use the loan program for that. So we work with different partners. One of them is mainly the Royal Bank of Canada in all the 4 provinces, but we work with 6 other organizations across the Atlantic region who are listed in this slide. The Association of New Canadians in Newfoundland, PEI Association of Newcomers to Canada, New Brunswick Multicultural Council, the Multicultural Association of Fredericton, Multicultural Association of Greater Moncton Area, and the YMCA of Greater St. John. So who is eligible? Permanent residents or immigrant Canadian citizens. And I know if you are a provincial nominee and you are in the process of becoming permanent resident, at this point you are not eligible, but once you receive your permanent residency, you will become eligible right away. Temporary foreign workers or international graduates are not eligible at this point until they become PRs. And you have to be a resident of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, or PEI. And you must have completed your education and training outside Canada, which means like if you come here and you complete your degree in Nova Scotia or in Canada in general, you are not eligible for the program. It's for people who complete post-secondary education outside Canada. And you must have English or French skills required to complete your certification or your program. You also need to be registered with a designated immigrant services agency at any of the provinces. And the main reason, because we continue working with you throughout the whole process. Like when you access the loan, it doesn't mean that it's over with us. The relationship with us stays throughout your license, like your training, your study period, your licensure process, and beyond that, once you start the repayment process. So there are other requirements about eligibility related to discharged, undischarged bankruptcy, if you are you are in this situation, of course, it's going to be difficult because everything goes through the bank. Bad credit or collection charges or like increased debt could be a reason also for revisiting the approval. But if you don't have any credit history, this is really okay, and you can definitely apply, and it won't affect your ability to secure the funds. So what can the funds be used for? And this is a question that so many people were saying, okay, I have to be in a regulated occupation. No, you can be a doctor, you can be a pharmacist, you can be a trades client who wants to buy tools to practice in his field, like to work in his job. You can be in computers, like in IT, and you want to upgrade your skills and get a new program like in Java or in C++ or C Sharp, like depending on what is needed for you to become even better at your job. You can use the money for professional registration fees. You can use it for licensing and examination fees, even like training for tuition. In some cases, there are clients who go through a one-year degree or diploma with university or with a community college, and this is sometimes is not funded by student loan. Please talk to us about it, and we'll be happy to help you. It will help in reskilling and upskilling courses. If you have to work less and you need to supplement your income, you can, while doing the exams or studying for them, we can definitely help you in covering living expenses for 3 months at $1,200 a month. Of course, this is as part of the loan. If you have to travel and complete exams, this is also one of the things that you can use it for. And of course, if you need to buy books or study materials or resources, it will help you, as well as tools and equipment. So those are some of the examples. As I said, like it's a project management course. Project management is up to $8,000 or $9,000, and the student loan does not cover it. So people can pay for it. The CPA training as well. It's not covered by the student loan, but it is an expensive process, and it could go up to $12,000 or $13,000. And this program has been supporting it. Trucking training, any nursing exams like insurance brokerage training and certification. Of course, there are people, as I mentioned in the previous slide about trades and working in construction in general. People are asking for money to pay for that, and it's helping them in getting into advanced jobs in their fields. And as long as you have to speak with your employment specialist about your needs and what you need the money for, and we will be very happy to advise you on if it's going to work or if it's not. So I'm just going to tell you more information about the loan details and how it goes. So first of all, we can pay up to a maximum of $15,000. And the interest rate is the RBC prime rate plus 1. So at this point, like the prime rate, I believe is 2.4, and plus 1 is going to be 3.4, which is the lowest since we started offering loans in this field. And the participants, you will pay only the interest on funds withdrawn. So if, for example, you are accepted for $15,000 and you needed to pay $1,000 first for the first payment of your certification, you will only pay interest on the $1,000, not the $15,000. And during study period, you will pay only interest. And after that, after you complete your studies, and during there is a 6-month grace period, you will continue to pay interest rate until you finish that grace period. Then you will pay the principal plus interest, and this repayment should go within 4 years. So let's say you went for studies for 1 year, and then or 2 years, and then you can go on a study period, grace period for 6 months, And after the 6 months, you start the repayment process, and it should be all done within 4 years. So this is something that is really important. So if you borrowed, let's say, $15,000, and it is a line of credit, but this is capped line of credit, which means that I will take $1,000, your loan will be capped at 14,000. And then once you take the additional amounts each time, it will be capped at the amount you took until you finish your study period and you finish your certification process and use all the money. This means that it can't be treated as an open line of credit where you can go and withdraw the funds and withdraw more while you are throughout the whole process. If you leave the Atlantic region, if you move from Nova Scotia to New Brunswick or PEI or Newfoundland, you are okay to continue your study process, and you are okay to maintain the loan with the same guidelines. But if you move outside the province, if you move the region, I mean, then you have to start the repayment process. And we can help you in identifying other sources of loans or programs outside the Atlantic region. Of course, if you leave the country, you have to pay the loan in full. And this is hopefully not going to be the case, because we want you to stay here. So as we said, I explained that in the previous slide. So we talked about paying interest and then moving on funds released, and at the end, principal plus interest. This is just an example of how the money is paid. So for example, I'm just going to give you an example of the amount. Let's say you borrowed $1,000. At the current rate, RBC prime plus 1 rate, it's 3.5. So you will be paying $35 a year on this $1,000, which means that you will be paying about $2.92 on this $1,000 every month. Of course, if it increases, it will increase after that. Keep an eye on the Royal Bank rates prime, and the link is here in the slide, and you can check it on an ongoing basis to make sure that the loan, to keep an eye on the loan and interest rate. So how to apply? First of all, you need to register with one of the immigrant serving agencies, whether it's ISANS or any of the other ones in New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and PEI. You need to work with an employment specialist to prepare a return to work action plan. So this is a structured document that highlights the amount, the name of the exams, the time you are planning to do it, and it will be the main document that we build your application on according to it. And the second step, you will meet with the program coordinator, and you will work together on completing the loan application, which is a little bit long and thorough, but we prepare it like that to make sure that it goes to the bank and you don't have to repeat yourself with the bank again. So all those documents can be prepared. All the required supporting documents will be gathered by the coordinator through by you as well. And then we will sign the agreement, we will sign the documents, and we will submit it to the bank. Once we submit it to the bank, they will be working with you on assessing the risk of borrowing, and they will be doing it through the bank. They will update you directly, and they will let us know as well if you are approved or not. If you are approved, you will be signing the document, you will be signing the agreement with the RBC account manager, and then you will work with us on the reimbursement or the releasing the amounts for your loans. One thing about releasing amounts, as I said in the previous slides, the loan is not a line of credit where you can access it anytime. Anytime you need to take the money to pay for one of the action items in your action plan, you have to connect with the AICLF coordinator to ask for the money. We will send an email to the bank and they will release it within 2 business days. So after loan approval steps, as we said, so you can attend a financial literacy session through the AICLF organization, whether in Nova Scotia or anywhere else. You can submit payment receipts to this AICLF coordinator, and according to that, we can reimburse you or release the amounts according to that. Clients request subsequent dispersals from AICLF coordinator. You don't go directly to the bank or to your account to withdraw, because you will not be able to withdraw any money. It has to come through the AICLF coordinator. And the client provides the coordinator with up-to-date information on your study period. You have to let them know that I'm done with my study period or I'm still in progress, and you want to tell us when you finish your study period. And once you finish that, we will move you into the grace period, and after that we will move you into the repayment period. Okay, we'll move on. So successes, like those are some of the main successes that many of the international trained professionals, they become licensed and trained in their fields. And don't worry about starting once you arrive, because sometimes people will say, well, I've just arrived. I'm not going to apply for a loan right now because I don't know whether I'm going to get a job or not. Please do apply, because even this is an easy way for you to get in and start the process and make it a smooth process for you. And instead of waiting to gather the money and save the money to pay for your certification or your training and then stay in survival jobs for years, you can finish all of this within a couple of years, complete your studies, complete your licensure, and then start working in your field and make decent living. So this is really important. We can see that so many international trained professionals are working in their fields and they are sharing their experiences. And with COVID-19, we needed so many nurses, and having certified nurses from the community, from the immigrant community, really helped them in supporting the whole community in Nova Scotia and in Canada. And employers are better prepared to accept clients and immigrants because they see the wealth and depth of experience and knowledge that you are bringing to the country. At this point, I'm talking about only the Atlantic Immigrant Career Loan Fund. We had 70 immigrants who accessed the loan, and a number of them became certified and licensed, and they started working in their fields. And in the previous loan program, we had over 130 people some of them are making over 250,000 working as physicians, and others as nurses and engineers, etc. So I'm here to support you in answering any questions, and we are all here at ISANS or even in the Atlantic region. You have the contact information into info@AICLF, but you can also visit our website, which is aiclf.ca. And in this website, there is a quiz that could help you in learning whether you are eligible for the program or not. So please go for it. If you need the support, apply. And if you have someone will get back to you to tell you that you can connect with this organization and you can continue forward. So thank you for listening, and I'll be very happy to answer any questions. Nadira presented on the women program, and I presented on the AICLF. Feel free to ask us questions if there are any. And if not, we will be responding to your questions once they are posted on your Facebook. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Moja. Thank you, Nadira. I'm not seeing any questions right now. So whether you're watching replay or if you were with us live, by all means, you can also contact us on our direct email within our employment services. And that email is em- employment underscore services at isans.ca. So feel free to reach to us for any questions that you may have. As I mentioned, we have been recording these videos live on Thursdays. If you go a little bit in a history of the East Coast Filipino portal, you will find information about other programs that we have mentioned, programs for engineers, for architects, for trades, our pre-arrival programs. We also talk about business and language services and so on. So feel free to um, maybe look a little bit in a history of this portal for other iSense videos. And if there is no questions, um, okay, Joey, question, any comments or questions on the other sites that I'm not looking at? But if there is no questions right now, well, thank you very much for spending time with us. And I think that's all from us for now. Yeah, it doesn't look like
Perfect.
there's any questions right now. Thank you so much. Have
Thank
a
you so
good
Thank
much.
night.
you. Thank you. Have a good night.